Hi everyone, welcome to Bad Deli. I'm Chris King.
I'm Alexander Boyd.
Today we're having our film rundown. This is episode 16. We're going to split up into two parts because there's a ton of topics to talk about. So we're going to try to get through them as quickly as possible stuff, but we're also going to analyze them, just give you our thoughts on them, and we definitely want your feedback as well. So let's get started. Topic number one, let's start off with Super Troopers 2. Just recently went through a whole crowdfunding cycle, and Alex has the news on that crowdfunding.
So they actually went through Kickstarter to raise $2 million. And after about 24.5 hours, so that's a little bit, slightly over a day, it reached $2 million. It reached $2 million, so now they're asking for more, because that's what we all do. We just ask for more and more. Nothing's enough. So they can make it a bigger spectacle. More explosions, more chimpanzees. I don't know what they're putting in there, but more. So it's interesting because this project was talked about a little bit after Super Troopers 1 came out, talking about going back to the roots. This one actually looks like a sequel. I don't know. It's cool. The perks are just simple perks. I like that it's 5 guys just creating a little studio, which is called Broken Lizard. But other than that, I don't know if the humor is going to work in this day and age. Like, we have changed. So what do you think about it?
Yeah, I just find it interesting that, a lot of comedies that are, almost like 20 years or 20 years old, people are starting to go back to them, trying to do sequels. We saw it with Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
We're going to see that with Zoolander, and it looks like Super Troopers is next. So it'll be interesting to see what else, Hollywood is going to try to throw back at us. It's not really a negative thing. I'm okay with it as long as, again, the script works. Just honestly, I feel like comedy sequels don't work. For the most part, 90% of the time, they don't work. You get your rare ones that do, of course, but it's very rare that I can actually say that there's a comedy sequel that's better than the original. So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe with this amount of time, they can figure something out, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you're right, because I'm thinking about it right now. I'm trying to rack my brain trying to find it. Horrible Bosses 2, nope. Hangover 2, nope.
22 Jump Street.
22 Jump Street was fun, but nope. Oh, wait, I found one. Harold and Kumar. I like Guantanamo Bay better than I liked White Castle.
Oh, I like White Castle more. But that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having another one of those movies.
Yeah, they made a Christmas one.
Yeah, not that one.
Or was that part 2?
That one was terrible. Yeah, that was like the third one. But you're right. Yeah, no, you are right though. It happens a lot, but for a rule of thumb should just be don't really do comedy sequels for the most part. But it can work, so we'll see what happens. Now moving on, Scorsese set to direct Jamie Foxx in the Tyson biopic that's coming up. I don't believe it has a name, so probably called like Iron Mike or something like that. But anyway, so what are your thoughts? Scorsese, Jamie Foxx, Tyson.
I love Scorsese. My favorite film sounds very modern, but it is The Departed, which is pretty much a remake from a foreign film, which is Infernal Affairs. Yeah, I don't know. I think we should just call this like Tyson in one ear. I don't know what to call it. I don't know. Jamie Foxx is super skinny, so him having to bulk up for this. Ray Charles fighting people, in the boxing ring. I'm for this. I don't know. I'm for it. I don't know how I feel about Jamie Foxx, but I love Scorsese, so I'm gonna, not complain about it.
Yeah, I'm for it. At least for now. Scorsese, I believe he's one of the best directors we've had. He's done a previous boxing movie with, I believe it was Raging Bull. So he also loves sport. I love the sport. Jamie Foxx, not a fan of Jamie Foxx. The only time I've ever been a fan of any of his work, music, comedy, film, was Ray and Django. That's literally the only two that I can actually confess that I'm a fan of these. Besides cameo and Horror Bosses.
Yeah, his cameo in Horror Bosses is amazing.
Yeah.
But I like the film Collateral, but I can't say that he was the highlight of it.
Yeah,
I think Tom Cruise was.
The guy's talented. No one's saying that. No one's arguing that, but it's just a lot more misses than hits.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Collateral. The highlights for that is Tom Cruise's character, but also that cinematographer. Wow, that cinematographer, and also the pacing. So the director. It's just that one had a good thing behind it. So I guess that's what this film's gonna have.
Yeah.
Because Scorsese, he's a master of his craft. So
yeah,
for this, I want Jamie Foxx to, as Mike Tyson, to fight Leonardo DiCaprio somewhere in there. I want a little cameo.
Yeah. Just throwing out there, I was looking for a big excuse to bring up boxing in this channel, so I'm Team Pacquiao, by the way. So May 2nd, we'll see what happens. Moving on, Jack Houston.
Wait, no, we're not moving on. Okay, so Mayweather talks too much.
Yeah.
Pacquiao talks too much. So there's gonna be like arguing with
This
fists.
is gonna be a crazy fight. Crazy fight. So excited. So Jack Houston has been cast as the Crow. At least that's the rumors that we've been getting, or not rumors, reports. And is supposed to be beginning shooting this year. What are your thoughts on this Crow? I'm assuming it's a reboot.
Yeah, it is a reboot. They've been trying to reboot this thing for a long time. The earlier scripts had a weird pseudo-documentary version of it where the Crow exists. Like, supposedly you don't even get to see the Crow probably till the end, but they're like recording people. It's like a kind of comment. It's like, oh no, there's a Crow, and he jumps around and saves the day because he's pretty much Batman. I honestly don't want it to happen. The guy, Jack Hudson Houston, whatever his name is, I just know him from Boardwalk Empire, and he played a fine Disturbed character. Like, I liked him there. He was very sincere and interesting, which is what this needs, because this is revenge and passion. That's what this whole thing is about. And I love the Crow. I love the Crow. I have the comic book. I have it twice. I have the regular hardcover, and then I have the author's edition. I love the Crow. But I can't watch that movie. Like, that it does not age well. So I think that it's time to make a remake, but I don't want to see it. I don't want it to exist. There you go. That's just what it is.
Don't want you to exist.
I don't want it to exist.
Yeah, I agree. I echo that. Earlier I mentioned it's a very similar thing with Spawn. I love what that movie was for that that era, that very early '90s. I felt like it was very true to the comics and everything, but it's such a hard movie to go back and watch. I would love a remake, although I'm very afraid that you can do a remake like that in today's age. It's very twisted. It's like trying to make a Devil May Cry kind of thing. It's
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be awesome, but it's very difficult to do.
As for Spawn, actually, my father's been trying to get like funding or something for a part 2.
I would love it. Yeah, that'd be freaking awesome. But yeah,
I think he needs to make part 1 again before he makes part 2. Because imagine that in the bundle. It's like rewatching '94 film and right after that, a really good.
It cuts to really crazy stuff. So I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm sure the trailer, if they have a good marketing team, they could probably get some seats into this. So we'll see. Moving on, the Pixels trailer has dropped. That is of course the Adam Sandler movie that we've been hearing for a pretty good, like at least a year now and stuff. The trailer finally dropped. In it, I mean, you got to see. It's very, very just an homage to '80s arcade cabinets kind of stuff. So pretty much like taking that concept, and mixing with Ghostbusters, I guess, something like that. So what did you think about the trailer?
I don't want to watch Adam Sandler films ever in my life.
You didn't like the Peter Dinklage?
I love Peter Dinklage. I want him to succeed in everything.
Kind of thing.
I don't know what he's doing. Okay, there's this movie. I don't even know if it ever came out. Was it The Knights of Badass?
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. I love that.
It's on my Netflix queue.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I saw it super early, and he was awesome in it. Okay, he was awesome in everything he does. Actually, everything I could think of Peter Dinklage in. I love it. I don't want to see him next to Adam Sandler. I don't want to see him next to Jack and Jill.
Peter Dinklage is awesome in everything besides Destiny.
Was that Peter Dinklage? Yeah. Everybody keeps saying it's Peter Dinklage. Yeah. I don't know if it is.
He was terrible in Destiny. But I blame the writers, not Dinklage.
He's a floating thing.
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't count.
It's insane.
You can't float.
No, I agree. I think
I want to see him as MODOK. Still want to see him as MODOK.
Oh man, if you do MODOK, yeah, you have to get Peter Dinklage. That would be awesome. That's funny. Look, as far as like with comedy, I love Peter Dinklage in comedy. Going back, Elf. I thought he was awesome in Elf. So I mean, I'm sure he will be funny. The problem with Adam Sandler movies now is obviously they're like the campiest, corniest movies I've ever seen in my entire life. But I'm such a big fan of Adam Sandler. I'm hoping that he will come back with something good.
Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, The Wedding Singer, and Big Daddy. That's it.
Yes, yeah.
That is it. I don't care about the rest.
I honestly I agree. With the exception, I thought Mr. Deeds was kind of funny, and I thought Just Go With It was awesome. But,
I haven't seen.
But still, no, those like original five.
I haven't seen that or Jack and Jill. Because I don't want to watch
Jack and Jill was a nightmare.
Jack and Jill reminds me of the Clumps.
Jack and Jill, Grown Ups 2, terrible. Yeah.
The Clumps.
So really, really bad. Okay, so moving on. After this, Star Wars. J.J. Abrams reported to be directing Episode 9. Thoughts?
I love this. I love this. He's obviously directing the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I call it the first one, but episode
7.
7. So he's directing episode 7, which is the bang. You know, it's like, here we go, finally. J.J. Abrams has been wanting to make a Star Wars movie forever. That's why he turned his Star Trek franchise into Star Wars. And
How sad is that?
he did. It is really good, and I'm so happy that he gets to have this little passion project, and he's doing it, and he's there. And then right after that, for episode 8, we have Rian Johnson, who I still see as an indie director. I still see him small time because I saw him at Brick, and then from there, Looper doesn't seem so big. You know, it wasn't that side, because the first time I saw the trailer for that, I thought it was gonna be like Blade Runner, but no, it was condensed in this town. You hardly see any high tech stuff. I liked it. So I think that episode 8 will be Heart. It'll be the Heart. So it'll be the big spectacle Heart, and then it ends with a bang. And that's why J.J. Abrams is coming back for the 9th. It reminds me of TV shows when the actual creator, the showrunner, shows up for the first episode and last episode of each season. Like, I love it. It fits. He's setting the tone, and then he's ending it with a bang. I love it. Your thoughts?
I agree. I think it's very. I'm okay with this being just a report because I hope Disney doesn't confirm it just yet. It's too early. I still want to hear details about the other 2 spinoffs we're supposed to get.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe this will be his last Star Wars, though. And I say last because I do think they're going to go along with 10, 11, and 12.
Mm-hmm.
There's no you buy Star Wars for $4 billion and you don't make 20 Star Wars movies. Like, we're going to get a Star Wars universe. Like, that's just bound to happen. So it'll be interesting. I do believe this will be his last one, and you're right. I think it's a good way to close off this new trilogy. He has, like, I don't know how many people like realize this. Is the last thing I'll say before we move on. I don't think people realize how much he has riding on his shoulders for episode 7. Bob Iger said one of the coolest like business things ever to him. He told him this was not a, budget's like 250, right, or 200. This is not a $200 million movie. This is a $4 billion movie. Because if this movie tanks, Disney World is screwed. Their whole acquisition is screwed. We're gonna have to restart from freaking scratch. So there's so much riding on his shoulders. So he has to deliver a 7.
Yeah, and I actually believe that when he first came out, like, I did believe he is the next Steven Spielberg. Like, he is that next big person.
Yeah.
He loves lens flares. Lens flares everywhere. But yeah, I'm for this. I like it. I think he'll do a great job.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on, Scarface reportedly in pre-production at Universal with the writer of Straight Outta Compton, and is to follow a Mexican criminal in LA's rise to power.
Okay, so Straight Outta Compton, the writer, if I remember, that's his first film that he's writing, and the trailer itself was awesome. I love the trailer for Straight Outta Compton. So obviously they have a lot of hope in this guy. They believe that he could do this, so because they already gave him this right away. I'm for this. I like this. I like anything that they're basing in LA because I'm selfish and I want everything to be in LA. I like it. They should move the Avengers Towers to LA. I think that'll work. Anyways, so I'm for this. I like it. I don't know if we want another Scarface. Do we want another Scarface? I guess I'll be okay with the Scarface. I don't know. I saw Carlitos Way and I felt better when it finished. But I don't know. Scarface, LA reminds me of Vice City, Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Vice City's in Florida, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, that Scarface was Vice City, pretty much the movie, you know, but better. I mean, just in every way. But anyway, look, so Scarface to me, look, I'm okay with remakes and prequels. They usually suck, but I'm okay with them, you know, because you kind of get to preserve that kind of movie. We get to see it again, like, pretty cool. But there are some movies in cinema that I just feel are untouchable. Not because no one can remake them, just because not only are you not going to make them good enough, they don't need to be remade. Scarface was one of those kind of movies that was shot in just a kind of different. I'm guaranteeing they used some sort of filter because it looked like the 80s. It looked like when it had to look like outside, it looked really tropical, kind of, you know, Florida, like with a sepia kind of filter or something. And when it was in the club, it was a little bit more of a neon kind of thing. It still looks awesome, even on Blu-ray or whatever. The movie just it still holds up. You know, unlike all these movies, because it doesn't have any special effects in it. You know, everything was practical. Everything was really, really well shot, well made. The script is perfect. The acting is perfect from pretty much everyone. it is one of the best movies just ever made. It's maybe not in your top 100. It's in my top 10. That's for sure. You were saying, I mean, it's something like Godfather, right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's something like Breakfast Club and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. My favorite movie of all time. Those movies, they don't need to be remade. You can still go back and watch them, and they haven't aged at all. You know, if anything, they get kind of better. You know, so one of the movies that I don't believe it has to be remade, and I don't like the concept of this one.
Who would you want? Well, this is happening no matter if you like it or not. Who do you want for the actor to be? Scarface. It's Mexican, and he's coming to.
I think Michael Pena, like, I mean, because he's like the only, you know, actor, like Hispanic actor in the game right now. That's the sad part, you know. We definitely that needs to diversify very quickly. So
Jared Leto.
It's just, I don't know.
Jared Leto for everything.
I like the fact that it's coming to LA. Like, that's pretty cool, but I don't know. Just pass for me.
Say hello to my little beautiful disaster.
So what was it about? Now moving on, Avengers. There's a new Avengers TV spot. You saw it. What did you think?
Yeah, as I do to all my stuff, even though I don't want to see more footage of this thing, I keep doing that. I keep stopping frame by frame and just looking at everything. So I like this a lot. It was fun. It was still not as dark. I can't even call it dark anymore. There was this cool lines like a Hawkeye telling what I'm assuming is Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. It's like, once you step out that door, you are an Avenger. We had the best part of it all is Captain America throwing his motorcycle, that expensive motorcycle. That's if you guys didn't know, I don't know why you would know. I don't know. I like motorcycles, so that is the new Harley Davidson electric motorcycle. Okay, like, you know, electric cars. We got an electric motorcycle. We have to, and so that's awesome. And he's just throwing it around because he's Captain America. Then we have Tony Stark being sassy, being kind of a dick, saying it's like, oh yeah, I just buy everything. I can make everything cooler. But he's a leader, sure. So that one's like touching up Civil War. We heard Pietro, which is Quicksilver. We heard him talk with an accent. That was cool. Look at his name. Look at his name, Pietro. Okay, that doesn't sound American. So he said, I don't want him to speak proper English like Kick-Ass. I want to hear Scarlet Witch talk. So I'm for this. I like it. I like it a lot. Thor hitting Captain America's shield with a hammer. I like when they do that. Like, one of my favorite parts about the Avengers is in one of the final battle. Well, the final battle is Tony Stark shoots his weird thingies at Captain America's shield, and Captain America like bounces it off, reflects it, and I thought it was awesome. So I like when they actually fuse these things together. So I like it. I like it a lot.
Agreed. Yeah, it was awesome. Especially because they showed new footage, you know, and they didn't give anything away. My favorite part is just that part when Ultron laughs and he goes like this, and he just sends that wave of freaking Ultron droids and stuff. So yeah, really
I didn't
dope.
notice how pissed off Hulk is. Like, Hulk in this one, he is super pissed off.
Good point.
Like he's gonna destroy stuff. Like, this Planet Hulk, they keep saying it's not gonna happen, but they're gonna launch off into space. Okay, it's gonna happen. They're gonna launch him off. He probably won't have his damn movies, but it's and then I don't know. In the next in Infinity Wars, we're gonna see him standing next to Thanos. It's just, I don't know what's gonna happen, but because I think it'd be too expensive to make a Planet Hulk movie, but they're gonna launch him off into space because this is not happening. This is crazy.
It is crazy. The universe is it's about to get very, very interesting stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. Moving on, Mockingjay Part 2. The Remember teaser just got released. Pretty much just like a 30-second clip of just like the pin and the Mockingjay just moving to all the positions of the books, which I thought was really, really dope. What do you think? You know, the series is wrapping up now. Are you excited for, you know, this whole kind of thing wrapping up?
So the thing with Hunger Games is that I saw the first one and I was like, I already saw Battle Royale. What am I watching? Why am I watching this Battle Royale with Twilight people? I was okay with it. I was enough to go on. I really liked Catching Fire. I thought Catching Fire was great, and then that's when I started noticing where this is going. This is headed to an awesome place. I am so for weird stuff like that, where the world is taken over by, or the country, whatever, how big your space is being taken over by this bad regime. There's this movie, Death Race 2000, which was made like in, I forgot what year. It's really, really old though. The world has been taken over by Nazis or something, like World War II, they lost it. And now for the people not to listen and not to rebel, They have this death race. They have people just killing people and just this giant spectacle. It reminds me of the Gladiator days. You know, it's just like, oh, don't pay attention to all these politics and all this us trying to be imperialistic and ruin the world and stuff. Like, look at these people fight, blood. So I really like that. I really like that. The Purge had something like that, which they didn't really touch up on the first Purge, or even Anarchy. I didn't think it touched up enough, but I liked Anarchy way better than regular Purge. So I like these things. I haven't seen Mockingjay Part 1 because it's not a full movie. I already learned from my mistakes, which is watching Desolation of Smaug. Like that didn't end. That was not an ending. For some reason, I'm okay with Empire Strikes Back ending, but not this one. So I can't wait for this movie to come out, because then I could just watch Mockingjay Part 1, and then right after, watch Part 2, and there you go. Complete experience for like 10, 50,000 hours, or however long the movies are going to be. So, I'm for this. I like this.
Agreed. Yeah, it's the series has become really, really interesting and stuff, so I'm for it as well. I'm excited.
That was a rant. That was quite a rant.
The last topic for this part is Civil War. The plot details have just been released. It was pretty much what we expected. The government is trying to become involved in the regulation of superheroes, and the superheroes have to pick a side, either Iron Man or Captain America.
Yeah, I like this. It makes sense. It's what we expected, because there's no secret identities in this one. So, yeah, it's just, I think after the destruction of, obviously, Age of Ultron, like, they're going to feel bad. The government's obviously going to step in. And then, so one of them, if it's Tony Stark saying, oh, look what I've done, this is my fault, I need somebody actually watching over me. Or if it's Captain America saying, we need to be watched by somebody, we need to follow somebody, because Nick Fury dies. I'm calling it now. Okay, again. Fury likes, he likes to die. So we need to follow somebody, and he's like, let's just follow the government. So I don't know which one's going to take which side. I don't know if it's going to be just like the comic books or not. So I like this. It's what we expected. It's cool.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm not sure which side is going to be which. I would assume that Captain America is going to be for the liberty, kind of freedom side that he took in the graphic novel. But knowing how Feige and Joss Whedon kind of sets up his universe and stuff, it probably, maybe he will switch. I hope they don't, but it's possible. You know, so I wouldn't be too surprised if they do. But yeah, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
Okay.
Avengers or Civil War?
So right now there's a report, it's official, that Marvel said that they casted Captain Marvel. So Captain Marvel exists, they know who it is, and they'll release it eventually. So I don't know if that's them hinting at a cameo of Captain Marvel in Age of Ultron. I doubt it. I really do doubt it. I think that they just like to be like, hey, look, we're still in control of everything that we're doing. I still wonder who it is. I think it is that one girl, I forgot her name already, but from Age of Tomorrow. I think it's going to be her. But I like it. I like it. It's cool. I want Captain Marvel, something that they're holding and dear to their hearts, which is what the world needs, because we're not getting a Black Widow movie. So, good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. Once the casting is not sure if everyone will freak out over getting it and stuff, but hopefully they keep it kind of hidden for at least a good while. But yeah, so stay tuned, guys. We're going to have part 2 just right after this. We have a lot more other topics to cover, so thank you for watching the video. Make sure to give us your feedback and share it with your friends. Everyone, welcome back to Goodbye Daily. I'm Chris King.
I'm Alexander Void.
Today this is Film Rundown, episode 16, part 2. So we're going to...
My part 2.
Oh, I thought you were saying this up. So we're going to just go down the rest of this list that we had, several topics we want to talk about. So let's get started. Mission Impossible 5, the Rogue Nation trailer drop.
Yeah, awesome trailer. Like, this was fun. It was fun, and so I have a thing for the Mission Impossible series. Like, I guess because I saw it at a really young age. So I liked it. So I'm excited about this. Simon Pegg is back. I love Simon Pegg for everything. It looks fun. I like Tom Cruise. I'm sure that this is what he likes doing. He likes to run. He likes to jump on couches. Like, I like him a lot. So I'm for this. I'm for this, especially after Age of Tomorrow. Like, I'm so for Tom Cruise again. I like it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I've never really been a big fan of Tom Cruise, but with Ghost Protocol, I mean the series has turned around, you know, big time. I still think that the first 3 were, you know, really crappy. But again, Ghost Protocol was such a good movie. Like, it's one of the best action movies I've seen in such a long time. And Mission Impossible 5 seems like it's going to be another fun ride. if it can be like around the same level as Ghost Protocol, if not a little bit better, I'd be happy with them doing another 3 movies of this and stuff.
Yeah, but the big thing here is that everyone is doing this. Everyone's doing the whole Spectre thing.
Yeah.
The Spectre and the Hydra. Well, the Hydra, it's still an opposing team, but the thing is, like, it's inside. This one is actually just another company, like Spectre. So I think it's really strange that they're actually releasing Spectre and they're releasing this. I guess, and this one's trying to rush it so it can come before.
Yeah, it's kind of caught in the middle of Winter Soldier and Spectre. So, but the trailer overall was really good.
It was fun.
Tom Cruise dropped to a plane. That was a good idea. So moving on, the Attack on Titan trailer. I forgot to show it to Alex again. What do you think as far as like the anime goes from what you've heard?
Okay, so anime is a huge thing, especially in my weird little circles. Like, people love this thing, and it's cool. Like, I don't know how I feel about these adaptations from anime to live action. Like, I saw Death Note, the film, and that was terrible. Like, I hated them. I hated them so much. The CGI for Ryuk was pretty good. So in this one, it's gonna have Titans. So I don't know how the CGI is gonna be for that. I don't know. I'm not for this. I know it's gonna be hit. It's gonna be a big hit because people are gonna watch this no matter what. Okay, when even I, who already seen the Death Note movies, when they re-released it here in a theater here in LA, I went to go watch it. I didn't like it. They went to go watch it anyway. So this has a bigger fan base than Death Note, I'm assuming, and especially it's right now. So everyone's gonna go watch it.
Yeah, the trailer overall, really good trailer. I don't know as far as like how much of the story they're going to take over from either the manga itself or from the anime. So I'm not really sure what it's going to really hit on more. But the trailer was good, so I'm interested. I'm not sure if it can get an American release, but if it turns out to be awesome, then I would definitely try to watch it at some point. Now, Jennifer Lawrence, moving on, is leaving X-Men after Apocalypse. That's what she just revealed. What are your first thoughts on that?
It makes sense. She's a big star. She is above this already. Like, she is somebody who could become this next gold thing. Like, she's the next, I can't even think right now, but...
Streep.
Yeah, there you go. That's actually what I was looking for. Meryl Streep. She's
a gold
huge.
thing.
It's a gold thing. So yeah, she's huge, and she has to go above this. Like, she got obviously her big role in Hunger Games, and that already she's finishing that up. So now she's ready to launch to stardom. So now she's gonna go hunt for Oscars, and I could see her doing it.
Yeah, I mean, her and Silver Linings Playbook is one of the greatest, like, just, I don't know, like, opposite characters like I've ever seen. It's just hard to describe, because she's kind of a lead, but also kind of a supporting actress. I'm not really sure who's the lead now. It doesn't matter because they play off so well each other. But her performance, like how deep she can go into a different character and stuff, and she's not dramatic. Like that's not really her thing. She's kind of dark humor, dark comedy kind of an actress, and that's why she's so awesome. She can play action, dark, kind of comedy and stuff, and I think that's her sweet spot. Kind of right there in the middle of, kind of having both and stuff. But I think she's looking for Oscars. She wants to start off young, and that's a good idea. She's gonna have such a long career. Like, it's gonna be crazy where she's gonna go from here and stuff. And
yeah, so I could see her leaving.
Yeah, I think that she doesn't want to be tied down to franchises at this point. She's done two of the biggest, especially Hunger Games, is like the biggest grossing franchise of all time now and stuff. So, and she kind of helped revive X-Men and stuff. So I think she's kind of done with that world. But with the Apocalypse world, we just got Jubilee just been cast. So quick thoughts on Jubilee.
I like this. We need more fireworks, I guess, and everything.
And yellow raincoats.
Yeah, she better wear that yellow raincoat because nobody wears their costume in these movies. It's okay. It's fine. I still want to see a real Rogue.
With the like Rogue. 90s short haircut.
Yeah. She's flying around saying sugar all the time. I want that to happen. Okay, Channing Tatum better have that accent too.
The Cajun accent.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the comic book world, Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot, whatever you want to call her, has just commented on the Wonder Woman backlash and her audition process. She revealed that when she was preparing for the role, she got really nervous for the audition, so she called her husband. Her husband told her to listen to Beyonce, so she just started dancing in the middle of the room. Quick thoughts on the audition process?
I hate that already.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It was very, like, beautiful. What the hell did he say?
I don't know.
Beautiful disaster.
Oh, beautiful disaster.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot about that. I don't know what the hell's going on with these DC casting audition stuff, process, what they're doing.
I don't know. I don't think I could trust anybody who likes Beyonce. That's it. We just lost a bunch of subscribers. Unsubscribe!
No. It was just a weird comment for her to make. But there's that. But as far as the backlash goes, she kind of defended her.
Because I don't want Wonder Woman to listen to Beyonce. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's just it kind of seemed like she's not taking it seriously. That's kind of, I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
See, I guess that's completely different because in my process to get into any art or get into my music, once I started like making stuff, once I started into the whole production thing, like I do listen to music or I do read a book or something. So I do have my process to get into the mood. So I guess it is her process. I can't be too much of a hater even though I don't like Beyonce. But I wouldn't want to listen to 5 Seconds of Summer before I start making my music or anything,
God.
or before I'm writing a book. So it's like that's how I feel about it. Like,
yeah, it was kind of weird. But yeah, there's that. So now moving on, Rock has commented on Black Adams. I don't want to read the whole quote because it's just the same thing we've been saying all the time. He is just pretty much saying that Black Adam is going to be an anti-hero. That he wants to start it off true to the lore, that he's going to be a badass first, but eventually we might see him become an anti-hero. Do you think Black Adam should become an anti-hero in the DCU?
I don't think we're ever going to get bad guys. Okay, bad guys no longer exist in the world. Everything's a damn anti-hero. It's just Black Adam. I can't think of a time ever that he's an anti-hero. I think in the beginning he tried to be a hero, then he just falls, and then he's just bad forever. Like I don't want to see any more anti-heroes. I guess Sinestro is kind of an anti-hero.
Yeah, but he's not the best anti-hero because he has the. Anyway,
they made Loki an anti-hero. Well, that's not even an anti-hero. He's just I'm
he's just annoying.
I'm just a guy with a leather jacket, and I'm gonna do bad things every once in a while. So this is what they call anti-hero these days. Just somebody who does kind of bad things.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to touch it. Like it's just weird.
If Black Adam and Shazam like join forces to fight a bigger bad, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna yell at everyone in the theater. I'm gonna go one by one to every single people in the audience, and we're gonna yell, "Why'd you give these people your money?"
I don't know. Yeah, it's very weird comments that these guys are making, but maybe the saving grace of the DCU. We got our first picture of Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. What did you think?
Mark Zuckerberg's bald. I like it. I like it. It fits. The shadowing is really weird for this picture because it makes him very pointy, very triangle. I like it. He still looks young though.
Yeah.
He looks really young. There's not much you can say about it. It's just a simple picture. That's about it. It looks young.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to do because I mean, not everyone can pull off bald, you know. And
That's
I don't know if he's wearing a cap. I mean, he could be, but from what we've heard, whenever he's been on set, he's been covering himself with a towel. So I don't think he'd be doing that if it was just like a cap.
And if you saw the picture of him for Now You See Me, that was called. That's the movie. Now You See Me 2. He's actually has a bit of growing hair. So I'm assuming he did shave it. And at that time, he's
which I would. I mean, if you got a freaking role of Lex Luthor, like yeah, I would shave as well. Not that I'm gonna be Lex Luthor, but I mean the picture is just so badass. It's just so like it's very Steve Jobs, and I think that's what they're going for. You know, like with the famous picture where he has like the kind of the profile. It's actually not profile, it's not from but it's just like that. They're just kind of portrait. You know, it's just really awesome. Really, it looks like a modern day, kind of Steve Jobs, Zuckerberg kind of thing. I think that's what they're going for. So I'm excited.
That's what Lex Luthor is. This is this guy who knows technology. He's super fit because he tries his best. That's the contrast between him and Superman. Superman's
which is weird because although now everyone is, I would dare someone to challenge this picture because this picture is perfect. But I would have been okay if he had hair because if he would have just lost it kind of near the end, it's kind of good because you don't know where the story's going. I don't know why everyone was so up in arms about like, oh, he's gonna have curly hair. Like, I don't really care. Like, I believe in Jesse Eisenberg. Like, I know he's a good actor. So, either way, I'm excited. I love the picture. Moving on, Idris Elba is in talks to be portraying the villain in Star Trek 3.
Idris Elba doing anything is amazing.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. I never seen him as a bad guy. I think the closest to a bad guy I saw him in was Luther, which he was still a good guy, but
anti-hero.
He was that was a true anti-hero. Okay, that one is a disturbed hero. I love it. So that's it. But I'm so for this.
I was so like, I'm not gonna watch Star Trek 3 because J.J. Abrams is not on board. I'm kind of indifferent about the whole movies in general. They're not really that good. But this has just got me back in there. Like, I definitely will go see this if he actually is going to be playing the villain. So I'm excited. Moving on, Key and Peele. I love the show. So they have one of their skits, Substitute Teacher, is supposed to be in the works for now. We finally got like our first kind of bit of plot details. Apparently, Jordan Peele is going to be playing a rival teacher or a substitute teacher. That's kind of all we have. but what do you think about this whole concept?
So I don't watch the show. I saw a couple of clips of stuff which I found hilarious, like the dubstep one.
Yeah,
and that one I was like, "What am I watching?"
Awesome.
And then I just saw a small one of this. I guess their skit from. I guess this is a skit turned to movie. I thought that was fun. It was cool. It was funny. It's like it is their humor, which I could already pinpoint, and I like it. I don't know how it worked with a full-fledged movie, so I guess we'll have to see. But it sounds like it could be something cool. It could be something fun.
I love Key and Peele. I've been a fan of Keegan-Michael Kay and Jordan Peele since Mad TV. Okay, like that, they were so awesome. And that, so I'm for it. Anything that they do, I'm for it. I love the show. The show is really, really funny. It's the first actual like skit show that everyone tries to do now that can compete with Chappelle's show. I think Chappelle's show is the greatest, but this one is right there. Like, it's really good. It's getting really good. So yeah, there's that.
Putting it pretty high.
It is.
I loved Chappelle.
Oh yeah, Chappelle's show is awesome. I hate that I got canceled, but anyway. So yeah, so there's that. Moving on though, we have 2 more trailers to discuss. First one, Maggie.
Okay, so I saw this trailer. I don't know why I want Arnold Schwarzenegger to get back in the spotlight. I have this small love for Arnold Schwarzenegger, I guess, because again, when I was younger, like Jackie Chan and Jackie Chan and Arnold Schwarzenegger, like for some reason, I just want them to succeed for the rest of their life. So I thought Arnie was done.
Jackie Chan.
I want to see the same movie.
They're done together, yeah. Rush Hour 4.
So I thought he was done. That he was trying really hard to reach anything. Just give me anything. So so they revived Terminator, which of course is going to happen. But because they're reviving everything. They don't let anything die. Like, I can't wait to revive Predator. I hope Arnold Schwarzenegger goes back. So I love.
I'd actually be for that. I would be so for that.
I love this trailer. This trailer was awesome. It is dark. It is smaller in scale. Like, when I first heard about it, it was supposed to be this big zombie thing. Like, I was expecting like a World War Z kind of thing, but like him being an action hero and running in slow motion like Tom Cruise and jumping on couches. Then I saw this trailer, and I was like, "Damn, this is small scale. This is a relationship thing. It's about him and his daughter." And it is dark. It is beautiful. Like, I am so excited for this movie. I'm more excited than I should be.
It's a perfect trailer. That's the thing. Like, I mean, the movie can end up being pretty bad, but the trailer's perfect. Like, and I mean perfect. Like, it is exactly what it needed to be. I like buy that it's Arnold Schwarzenegger because it seems like, you know why? Because it seems like you would get an actor like Christian Bale or Russell Crowe, like in one of those kind of roles, but instead they pick Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, it's like, finally we're gonna make Arnold Schwarzenegger act.
Yeah, precisely, and like this could be the best movie of his career, like as far as acting chops goes, because I like I said, it looks like a cross between Signs and The Last of Us, So I love the concept. I think it's gonna work, and the girl, Abigail. I forget her last name. She's awesome.
Little Miss Sunshine.
Little Miss Sunshine and Zombieland. Like everything she pretty much does is really good. Like she's a good actress. She's funny. She's witty, all that kind of stuff. So she seems perfect for this kind of role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess she's the next Chloe Moretz.
Yeah,
because what happened to her? Where did she go?
I don't know what she's doing. Exactly. But yeah, she's a good actress. So I'm excited to see both of them together. It should be really awesome. The last one is one you're really excited for, Entourage.
Okay, I watched
the main trailer.
I watched the show. I'm still a little fanboy for the show. I liked it. It went downhill, of course, like a lot of shows do. But this movie, it's perfect for what the show was, which is a taste of Hollywood. Like, it showed all that. And when I saw this trailer, it finally gave a little more of the plot. And I was like, yep, that sounds like a show. It's Vinny Chase being an idiot again. It's like, he's just so full of himself that he's like, oh, the next movie, I'm going to direct. And it's just like, why? Why? If you saw the show, you will know that you should not give him power. Okay? He works better as Aquaman by James Cameron. Like, it's just... I don't know. But I like it because it is the show in movie form. So I'm so excited about this. The cameo list is crazy. It feels like the show, and it feels like the early part of the show when it was still important and relevant. They are throwing a lot of stuff together because it looks like they're just going to do a one hit. They're not going to make an Entourage 2, which I don't want them to because I don't want to see... nobody saw Sex and City 2, so nobody should watch Entourage 2. So I think that they're showing the big guns, and I like it for this. Yeah,
the show has an immense following. Like pretty much all of my male cousins and everything and friends love the show. You know, I never really watched it. I always wanted to, but it was one of those shows that because it was like owned by HBO, so very hard to find like on regular cable. So I just never really got around to it. But definitely it's on my list, and I do want to watch it for it when it comes out. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
You know what? I'm going to go to the movie theater on Saturday, first showing, early morning. So all the frat boys that want to watch it will be too hungover for the Friday night, and they won't be there. Because I saw Clash of Titans, the remake, in the theater. Tons of frat boys just yelling all the time. Okay, it was in 3D too, so they're going, ooh. Like, I hate you so much, you can't afford spring break, why are you here? Okay, so I'm going to watch like a Saturday morning, early morning. I'll be the only person in there.
I'm for it. Yeah, I'm into it. All right, so that is everything. We had about like 19 topics in total. Part 1 should be right before this video, so make sure you watch both of them. There's a lot of really big news that we talked about this week, and every Friday we will have a film rundown going up. So make sure you subscribe so you can know exactly when these go up. Share this video with your friends who enjoyed it, and give us your feedback. We definitely want to hear what your thoughts are. So thank you guys for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe. Good Bad Deadly.